Hi guys, and welcome to your March 2021. This is going to be the you versus them reading from the 15th through the 31st for the beautiful sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Everything you need, Leo, is below in the description box. I want to let you know, though, that I have linked the previous week's video from the 1st through the 15th down in the description box for you in case you missed it. But that video is going to give you more of an introduction or reintroduction of this particular series that is now a channel mainstay. It's going to be like a part of the regular lineup and all of the other stuff that you need to know. I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. So if you need, a reintroduction or trying to figure out what things are, then I would suggest that you go below. And also, I do link what DF and DM means. It's a shame that people would rather ask a question than to go in the description box, because that's where you're going to find all of the information for the majority of the content creators on YouTube. And so I did get some crazy comments about, what is DF and what is DM and why aren't you using the entire meaning of the word? That was the stupidest comment, I'm sorry, that I've ever read, because it has nothing to do with the meaning of the word. It's an abbreviation. And I don't think that in my community, my marvelous tribe knows how I say things. So I'm not going to risk not being able to title my video the way that I want for spelling out divine feminine or divine masculine because someone doesn't understand what that means. That's just a shame. So if that's you, not that you're stupid, but I know because you were not that individual. That was just asinine to me. But if you're ever wondering, on my channel and on my community, you already know where to find things. So we don't have to even ask. Like, there's a glossary basically, and and sometimes maybe I give you too much information. So if you're wondering what that means, that's what that means, and it is always below. I'm going to abbreviate, and I've seen other content creators abbreviate, so I'm confused. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the central theme or issue that you and your person, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus may be experiencing is the unfinished symphony. And that is in an energy of 10. So I know that there's a cycle that is definitely completing between you two. I know that there are things that are unfinished business here. There are things that maybe didn't get off the ground the way that you guys wanted it to, for whatever reason, lack of maturity, this or that or the third. And it looks like a lot of the times what I like about this particular card, Leo, is when there is an unfinished symphony, regardless of whether you're supposed to be with the person or not, past an expiration date or past, outgrowing a connection, because all of that happens where two people drift away and one person wants something else and one person wants it to remain the same. What I like about this is an incomplete lesson. What I do like about the way that they actually describe this card is a lot of the times the reason why we feel incomplete is because the lesson that needed to be learned amongst the two of us did not get integrated within the relationship. Moving on is difficult when love lingers and things are left unsaid. You haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It is important to achieve this for yourself. I do believe that this is definitely a incomplete lesson, a lack of closure, or it is a need to make amends. Sometimes for your peace of mind, you need to make amends. That includes accepting things as they are, though. And you have to do that. Trust me, it is one of the hardest things that you're ever going to have to do, but you have to try to do it. I think that trying to accept things the way they are is probably harder than letting go. But you have to understand, my theory is you can't let go until you actually accept, and you can't get over until you get through. So that's just my take on this. And I feel like you guys are definitely in like a holding pattern And I know it's so corny. Be clear about what's left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. You know, the last thing a lot of us are thinking about when something is over is thinking about new love so soon in the process. But for your own evolution, and for the greater good of the relationship, you have to try to accept. And that is, I find, the root of attack that's going to help you. And accepting is, unfortunately, accepting things the way that they are, and accepting that this person may not change, and accepting that your version of how you see the outcome of the relationship just won't work. Now, we're going to start going into that. With that being said, and I know that this is coming to a close. One of you guys may want to make amends, and the other one of you guys may still be in the relationship and want to make it work. This is typically what happens when, you know, we don't get along. So let's find out what side is what. We're going to go in with Leo masculine energy first. If you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, your sign energy is masculine. So whatever energy of the zodiac sign we're reading, that side goes first to get to go and say how they're feeling about this unfinished symphony. Remember, if you are a Leo and you are the female, that does not necessarily mean that you don't resonate with this side. I want you to have an open mind and pick the side that you resonate with. We're just taking your energy, your issue, and looking at it from divine masculine side and divine feminine side and clarify. Okay, so the divine masculine's up, King of Wands. That is your card. So the divine masculines is feeling very confident right now, knowing exactly what they want, being in their element, feeling like that fire king that they are. However, there is a Seven of Wands, and it looks like they are holding their ground, holding their position, holding their stance. We're going to find out on what, but they're definitely holding their ground, and that's comfortable for them. About not necessarily wanting the relationship to move forward. They are probably at the point where they're trying to accept that this is over. It looks like not necessarily, sorry guys, and it didn't even want to come out. Not necessarily that they are wanting the relationship to be over, but they're feeling the effects of the relationship not working. And so what I am showing here, and if you're looking at my eyes, it's just because I have allergies, okay? And my eyes are watering and I'm trying to get through this. So just bear with me. The divine masculine is in a holding pattern right now where they're holding their ground about their heart. There could have been some things that have taken place. Leos, you and your cross watcher here, or you are the Leo watching for yourself. And these things that have taken place have definitely gotten you into a situation or a mindset where you're disenchanted, like you're like just done. A Four of Cups does not necessarily indicate that you are lacking love. It just means that at this point, you're deciding to take a step back from the cup of love that's being offered to you because you're no longer interested. A lot of people will say that that's boredom, but I don't feel like this is boredom because when I look at the top of the deck, it is the Ten of Wands. I think this feels like you're just tired of the same old thing. That's what you're tired of. You're tired of the same old merry-go-round, and it seems like you guys can't get past the Four. You can't establish stability. You can't establish security. Because if you can't get past the Four, I don't even see a 5. Like, you have to move through the entire suite and suit, and you have to be able to survive that. So I feel like there's issues surrounding your security, integrating things, what roles, who's going to do what, that sort of thing. This is a double completion, unfinished symphony, as well as a Ten of Wands. And I know that divine masculine is definitely feeling that that's the end. Like, in order for them to to evolve into the Ace of Wands, they have to go through this this closure, this completion. What does Divine Feminine have to say about this? Divine Feminine, please. So on the other side, we have a King of Cups. Okay, we got King energy. So this particular side is full of love and knows exactly what they want. And it looks like what they want, Leo, is you. Or, you know, whomever, whatever side you resonate with. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It looks like they want a brand new committed beginning. They want to make amends. And they want you guys to get back to a point of celebration. It looks like somewhere along the line, you guys stopped getting along. Isn't it interesting that you have one side has a Four of Cups and the other side has a Three of Cups? I feel like, ooh, that's interesting. I feel like on one end, Divine Masculine that's that cup that Feminine is trying to offer. And they just don't want to get back to a place of fun. They've made their minds up that they maybe are the ones that's saying we need to break up, and it looks like feminines are disagreeing with them and constantly trying to present the other side with the cup of love and being constantly shut down. Interestingly enough, the top of the deck for the Divine Feminines is the Ten of Swords. So look at that. It looks like both parties are stressed out, acknowledging that obviously there is an unfinished symphony. But just like I suspected in the beginning, what way do we go from there? Like, what do we do with that? Masculines is definitely kind of wanting to take a break. That could result in that. I don't necessarily see a full-blown breakup, but you guys definitely are not on the same page. Divine Masculine is definitely in their element. You know, really being that fire king that they know how to be, very passionate and knows exactly what they want. And it just gets to a point where it's like, if it's not going to sustain them, they don't want to be bothered with it. And it looks like Feminine is like, and I know what I want. And regardless of the issues that we have, I still want you in this relationship. And we just need to get back and reset and, you know, take the necessary steps that we need to take. They're feeling like it's too much to carry. Masculines and feminines is feeling like it's stressing them out. Everybody's going to reset to the Ace. Let's find out some of the clarifiers and things that the masculines are saying. Teasing. They feel like, yes, that there is an energy of keeping it fun and flirty, and that's fine. But I think that goes in line with that Three of Cups. Feminines is wanting to try to bring the romance back into it, keeping it fun and flirty and having fun. That's what that card is about. They're trying to go into a more abundant mindset. They're trying to be gracious here. They're showing that that's what the divine feminines are doing. What else do we have? So you're not really necessarily doing anything wrong if you're watching this. It just looks like that the divine masculines are not. Yeah, they have a game face on. They're taking things very seriously. And I don't really think they're in it to win it. I think that they are coming from a standpoint right now, feminines, where they have to see it go through the way that they see it go through. They're the type of people where you have to show them. And if you don't show them, you can't convince them with what you're trying to do. Something with security, maybe gifts. That's not working. That's not working. Having fun, let's go back to that. If they're not feeling it, I mean, and you know how to get to the heart of the masculine too. But it just doesn't look like they're accepting your offers. Let's find out from the divine feminine standpoint. They want new things. This is the stork. This doesn't necessarily mean, obviously, that someone is pregnant. But yes, the feminine is trying to manifest new ideas. They're trying to be inspired to bring the spark back here. And it doesn't look like masculines is going for that. Yep, there's my gift. I told you. There is a gift that's been given. A gift from the heart, an offer or a contribution. Yes, I saw that. And finally, They feel like the masculines wants to play the field and still see other people and play games. So that could be what they're stressing out about, and what all of this tension is about is the fact that they want to make this work on the feminine side. They feel like, yes, it is extremely stressful, but they love you. They love you with that energy of the King of Cups. They really want, as your clarifier said about their behavior, they really want to get back to a place of celebration and fun. They could be offering a gift or trying to give you something from the heart. In that Ace of Pentacles, things could be going great for you guys financially, and especially for the feminine energy. It looks like they maybe just got a new job or something. And they want to spoil you. And that seems to have worked in the past, masculines. It doesn't look like you're interested in that anymore. It looks like your passion isn't in it. It has left. It looks like your heart is in it, but you're not interested. And when a person gets that way, honestly, the best thing to do is to just pack your heart up and just kind of let them go out and experience what they think they're missing. Because trying to plead for yourself that a person needs to stay with you not only knocks you down, brings you down a notch in your self-esteem, but it just really gets you to a place where if they can't see whatever it is that they need to see, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do in that moment with this energy that's going to stop them. So feminines, I do apologize if they're not getting it. Let's go and get the bottom of the deck from the masculine side. We do have the Six of Wands. So at some point, masculine energy was all in on making this work. They were completely in. But as you can see, they saw the success and the acclaim of being in this relationship. It is a little selfish to me. I do not like this card in terms of a relationship. I never have. From the way that I interpret that, it's a little bit deeper. It feels like, this person is so consumed with what the outside is thinking and what they're seeing, and that we have to uphold this image. And that's sort of Leo-ish to a certain extent. You guys definitely, and I'm not saying that you're shallow, but I am saying that there is a certain amount of attention that you feel like you want. Or maybe that you need in some ways, shape or form. There's a bit of attention that you get anyway. So this could be that. And it looks like this was the ideal situation for the masculines, but then something changed. And the bottom of the deck for the feminines was breaking down and shutting down. So this could be what happened. It looks like, you guys were not on the same page in that last reconciliation. If there was a reconciliation or if there was a talk, you guys were not on the same page. And it looks like the feminines knew that there was this element of people watching and were pleasing people, and they just wanted the reconciliation to be genuine. But they blocked their emotions out, and now they're in a Ten of Swords. Mentally, they just can't handle the back and forth and the rigmarole. And then on this end, it is feeling like a heavy burden. And honestly, either one of these is not good. You guys need to really think about, ways that's going to take you out of this. And, it's easier said than done. But the best thing to do is just kind of give yourself a break. Because if you're stressed out and then, both of you guys, like I said, are in these tens. And if we even look at what's going to happen next, masculines is going to want to make a quick conclusion, and feminines is right back in hangman mode, not necessarily ready to make the decision to walk away, but knowing that they have to do it. So this is where we stand. So masculines are just stressed out and not really feeling, is feeling like they're carrying a heavy burden and not really interested in reconciliation right now. And feminines is not ready to let go, still wanting to try to make the relationship work, but stressed out. Like the burden, the heavy load. This is a heavy load on the masculine side, and this is stress on the feminine side. That's how we have it. So like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. If you're going through this, this is definitely the season for that. Breakup season is in the air, but we really do go through that every time we have a cycle of newness. We definitely do. 2020 shadow is over, and now we're moving into the new energy for 2021 that's going to carry us. So if it's breakup season or if it's time for you to break up, it's going to be a lot starting now all the way to the end of the spring. When we're going into the summer, a lot of us are going to go into those seasons newly single. So if that's what you're going through, I'm going to sending you my heart and my praying hands and hope that you get through it. And please go out and vote, Leo. I have extended the vote. It's not going to close for the What Aren't They Telling You Week 4's video. So go on the community tab and vote. And I will see you guys at this point next month when we do this again. Bye, Leo.